What's up, rockers? Vegas Rock Goddess here on the Rocks Total Entertainment, coming to you live from somewhere off the Las Vegas Strip. Today, I have an amazing interview with Rat Rod. This is an amazing band from Baltimore, Maryland. I want to give a shout out to Dave Tedder for setting up this interview. This band live is incredible. I can't wait to talk to them, and we're going to talk about a little bit about their backstory. So let's sit here and get ready for Rat Rod. All right, Rat Rod is knocking on my door, so let's get them in. Hey, Mark.
Well, hello. Sorry for the delay there. We had a little snafu on our end, apparently.
No worries. Welcome to On the Rocks, Total Entertainment. How are you?
I'm great. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, you know what? You're from Baltimore, Maryland, right?
Well, we play Baltimore quite often. We're actually out of the Philly area.
Okay. Because I have a friend, Dan Parcells, he's in Monte Carlo.
I know Dan, yes.
Yes. He's a good friend. I met him in Nashville and just recently interviewed him. I know you guys you play Maryland a lot because Maryland's my jam.
Awesome.
I know
Very cool.
a lot of bands out there. Raven Tree. Have you heard of Raven Tree?
I have. I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think I played with him a time or two.
Yeah, Mike McCann and Phoenix
Mhm.
Johnson, two amazing East Coast musicians as well. I'm very excited to talk to you about your band.
Awesome.
I've been watching your videos, listening to your music. Your lead singer, it was funny because I was playing some of your music and I was getting ready for the show and I didn't, I wasn't looking, but man, he sounds a lot like Bon Scott.
It's uncanny, isn't it?
I couldn't believe it. I almost had to take a second listen, and I'm like, wow, this guy has got some vocals.
Mm-hmm.
Very cool.
Pretty amazing. And that was part of the allure when I first met him. Because my writing style is of that ilk. So in my head, I sort of heard that kind of voice. So when he came back with some vocals on the music that I created, I was like, holy shit. Okay, we got something here.
Let's
So
go, right?
yeah, it was I was pretty amazed.
Yeah, because I mean, you guys formed this band. I know it was in 2016, somewhere around there, 2018, and you guys kind of came together by accident.
Yeah.
You know,
Um,
that's a really interesting story. So why don't you kind of kind of shorten it a little bit, but tell us how you guys got together in this kind of by mistake situation.
Sure. Yeah. I was, like I said, I was just writing tunes. I was kind of hanging around, not doing anything. About a year, just putting together song ideas, music ideas. I write some lyrics here and there. So I'd written a few tunes, and I really wasn't doing anything. No interest of really doing anything. I was just writing. And Mike was wanting to put together a band. He had this idea, this vision of what he wanted to do, and it just happened to turn out that he and I had a mutual friend, and Mike talked to him, and I had a different friend that knew Al, who I'm talking about, that knew Al. So my friend John talked to Al, and Al talked to Mike, and Mike said yeah, and we hooked up through Facebook Messenger. Is the short story of how it came about.
Right. And it's funny, that's the stories that I'm hearing from bands are kind of like the same thing. Like these connections, you've seen these people before, but you put together this band by accident,
Yeah,
you
and
know?
it's so funny because Mike and I played the same scene in the same rooms, probably at the same damn time, but never in the band together, and never, I don't think, actually talked to each other before until we met to form this band.
That's crazy. Now,
Mm-hmm.
I've been listening to your music. I know Light 'em Up has got over 40,000 views on Facebook and on YouTube. Congratulations with that. That's
Thank you.
really an accomplishment.
Thank you. Appreciate that. That was quite a surprise to us that it picked up like that. It was we love all of our songs, of course, but you never know for sure what's gonna hit and what's not. So
Right.
to accomplish that was really pretty cool.
Yeah, and I mean, are you guys on TikTok at all?
We have a TikTok page, and like most of us of our age, we're trying to figure out how to use it. We're not quite sure yet,
Okay.
but yeah, it's something we're working with. Yeah.
Yeah, let me tell you, I work with TikTok a lot. I have all my videos on there. Um, and it is the hottest tool, social media tool that a band can use right now. I will tell you that. I recently videotaped a show with a Vegas artist
Mm-hmm.
and a vocalist. I'm not going to mention the name of the artist, but I will tell you, once I posted it, to this day, it has almost 600,000 views.
Holy moly.
So it is TikTok for musicians right now is hitting the mark. It's pretty incredible how something crazy about just scrolling stuff has turned into one of the most amazing tools for a band.
I hear you.
It's crazy. But I mean, you guys are on YouTube. I
Yep.
know Lone Wolf Rider's a great song. You got over 9,000 views on that, which is really incredible because I got a chance to see you live
Mm-hmm.
for the first time in these videos. And you guys are amazing live, and you sound great on, on record as well. But
Thank you.
I think in order really to get people to get the full package with your band, they need to see you live.
True. You're absolutely right. And I think I guess what we probably should do is probably just do some short TikTok live footage of us.
Yeah.
That's probably the best thing to do. And we were trying to think about, well, do we create things strictly for TikTok? Do we do short little silly fun things to do? But you're probably right. It probably just comes down to just show the band play live a little bit.
Yeah, and a lot of it's great to connect with your fans that way as well. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
like if you're warming up with your guitar and you're just kind of maybe writing or finishing a song. Hey, I'm in the studio right now. I'm having a great day. What's up, TikTokers? I mean, just little stuff like that really means a lot to your followers.
Sure. I
Um,
definitely agree with that. And we do that a lot with our Instagram and our Facebook.
I
And
know,
you're right, that needs to go that direction as well. So it's
right?
definitely something we're going to be doing more of.
Yeah, and social media is one of those animals. Like I'm on all platforms as well, and it's really hard to keep up. But
Yeah.
you know what? I love it because I've connected with so many bands such as yourself. There are
Hmm.
so many great bands that need to be heard.
Agreed.
And
Agreed.
Rat Rod, you have a new album coming out. Is that correct?
Well, it's actually out now. It's been out since November 18th.
Okay.
It's called Four on the Floor.
Okay. And how did you do all the writing for that, or was it a collaborative effort?
Well, it's you could say it's a collaborative effort. The essence of the songs, the basis of the songs are always Mike, myself, and Bryce. The three of us, and mostly Mike and myself, do the rudimentary writing of the songs. The verse, choruses, the riffs, that kind of thing. But that's just demos. A Rat Rod song is all of us collectively doing our parts and putting our own things in and letting each individual band member have their own sensibilities and feel for it. So though the songs may be written by McCarty and Smith, it is a Rat Rod composition at the end of the day.
Right, for sure. And now I noticed you have a list of shows that you guys are going to be doing.
Yeah, we're quite busy, and we just added another one this evening. So we got 2 shows in July. We got 1 show. Basically, we're in this regional area here. We don't have to do a lot of traveling. We can hit a lot of different places.
Right.
So we're doing about a show a month on average at this moment, clear through until October, November. So yeah,
Wow.
we're pretty busy. I'd like to be
Yeah.
busier,
Oh,
but not
well,
bad.
yeah, of course. But you guys are out there kicking it, and
Yeah.
that's the important thing. Now, what is your next big show right now?
The next big show, it was just put on the books literally today, we're going to be up at a place called Sweeney's Philly Special up in Philadelphia. And we're going to be playing with Richie Scarlett and Dino Fergosi. That's a local New York, Philly couple guys that have a really strong following around here. We're going to be playing with those guys on that show. That was just announced. We're going to be just a week later at another place in the Philly area, playing a. I'm trying to find my list here. I just wrote these things down because I kind of had a feeling we talk about them. Because to get to my calendar is a little challenging from this moment.
Oh, you're fine.
Where did I put that? Gosh darn it. Well, anyway, place in Philly we're playing. It's a big party thing we're doing. We're going to be playing at Dobbs in South Street, Philly in August. We're going to be. Where else are we going to be? We're going to be down in Maryland in early October. So yeah, quite a few things cooking.
And that's great that you guys are continuously going out there. And it was funny because when I was talking to Dan too, Parcells, we kind of had the same conversation. The East Coast right now is a hotbed for rock bands.
Yeah.
And I mean, there's so many bands out in the Philadelphia, Baltimore area that have not been heard. People don't know who they are. And it's really important, shows like mine, to get you guys, you know, a platform so you can let people know where they can find you.
Absolutely.
Now, they can find your videos on YouTube, correct?
Yes. Like, share, follow. You know the drill.
YouTube, Facebook, Instagram.
Yep. We're everywhere. We're on all the socials. Like I said, we're still working on the TikTok thing, but we're on Instagram very heavy. We're on Facebook very heavy. We have a Twitter presence, YouTube. We're on all the streaming sites, Pandora and Spotify and Apple Music and Amazon. You want us, you can get us.
Right. And now, what are some of your influences? I mean, you kind of said AC/DC, Bon Scott, but what are some of the band's other influences that you guys are emulating a little bit?
Yeah, well, I'll just start with the thread that ties the band together, and that thread is Kiss. We're all five of us huge Kiss fans, so that's our, as a group, that's where we all congeal, and we'll whip out a Kiss tune at rehearsal, no problem. We actually have a Kiss tune we throw in our sets from time to time. We play Love Gun sometimes at the end of our shows.
That's my favorite record, man.
Yeah, us too. It's one of our all-time favorites. So we'll whip that tune out oftentimes at the end of our show, just as like a little surprise, quote unquote, encore thing. So Kiss is huge to us. Then just kind of going around the room a little bit. Harry, our drummer, is obviously, besides Kiss, he's also a big Iron Maiden fan. So Nico McBrain is one of his favorite drummers. Clive Burr, before him, was one of his favorite drummers.
Right.
But he also gets into the progressive stuff, and he loves funk. So he's got a little bit of a funk background. Anytime I come up with a riff that's got a little funk groove to it, he's smiling real big. So that touches his sensibilities. LJ, our bass player, he's a punk. He's of that punk background. But he also loves Cheap Trick. He's into the Wild Hearts. He loves Michael Monroe. Let's see. And in 70s rock, Thin Lizzy's one of his all-time favorite bands.
Oh my God. I love John Sykes.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
That band is incredible. I mean, Phil Lynott, oh my God. He is so missed.
Yep. He is a musical god.
Yeah, he's one of the most incredible, underrated musicians, I think, ever, you know. And that's one of my favorite bands as well. Cheap Trick was one of the first shows I saw.
Awesome.
Yeah, I'm originally from Chicago, so that's their hometown.
I thought I caught a little Chicago accent there.
Yeah, I can't get rid of it. I've been out here in Vegas 22 years, and it still sticks with me a little bit. But
I'm a little farther south than you. I grew up in Paris, Illinois.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yep. So my roots are in Illinois, but my rock and roll sensibility is all over the country, pretty much.
It kind of the same with me. I'm a Midwestern boy by birth, but I'm an East Coast dude by choice.
And all my friends live on the East Coast, believe it or not. I have a lot of friends in Baltimore and Washington State. I mean, I've got so many, West Virginia. Everybody that I know pretty much is a musician or is in the entertainment field. But I usually get out there. Last year I was out there for a week, and I was supporting my friend Darren Griffin. He has a charity that I'm involved with called Lead Don't Follow. And what we do with our charity is we put rock stars on t-shirts, and 100% of the money we raise from the sale of the shirts goes to drug addiction and care all over the US.
You just recently worked with Paralandra.
No, not yet.
I thought I thought Cassandra was involved with that.
Yeah, I think she is. But yeah, Darren and I mean, we live on both. I mean, he lives on the East Coast. I live on kind of like the West Coast. But yeah, he is involved. I'm pretty sure he's involved with that band, but that's another amazing band.
Oh, absolutely. Incredible. Absolutely. They're great. Yep. We don't have a direct connection to those guys. I admire them from afar. I've seen a lot about them. I've checked out their tunes a bunch. But we are friends through extension with Cassandra's boyfriend, Jaron.
Yeah.
So we're friendly with Jaron.
Jaron's on a shirt for us, and he's awesome. I mean, we've got so many artists on shirts. It's incredible.
Yeah.
If you ever want to check it out, it's leaddon'tfollow.com. It'll have all the shirts. I have some amazing Vegas artists that I got put on shirts. Stoney Curtis. We've got David Harris from Lovesick Radio and Crashing Wayward. Stacy David Blades from Crashing Wayward.
Nice.
I mean, there's just so many musicians that are contributing their time, and a lot of them are on the East Coast. So it's a great marriage for the charity, but I can't wait to see your band live.
Well,
that lead singer, I was hoping he'd be on today.
Yeah,
I wanted to pick his brain a little bit, but
we'll have to set up another interview with him on here. Make sure he's on.
I would absolutely love that. I can pick his brain as well. Now, you play guitar, correct?
Yeah, I'm lead guitar.
Okay, why don't you tell us a little bit about your equipment?
My equipment. Okay, cool. Well, the guitar I play is actually a vintage guitar. It's a 1961 Gretsch anniversary model. It's the G6117.
I had to talk about it because that guitar, it's a hollow body.
Yes.
And it gives an amazing sound when it's
a beast.
Yeah, it is a beast.
Yep. It is. It's a funny story about that guitar. I'll try to make it brief, but I used to play in a tribute band. I used to, surprise, it was an AC/DC tribute band.
Okay.
I played Malcolm. I didn't do Angus. I played Malcolm, and Malcolm always played a Gretsch. So I was playing a private party one time, and this dude walks up to me and says, "Hey, I've got an old Gretsch. You think you'd be interested?" And I went, "Yes." I didn't even ask anybody. I said, "Yes." So we exchanged information, and I went the next day to go look at it. Lo and behold, and you'll see pictures of it on my Facebook page. You deep enough into it. This guitar was a roach. It was broken open. The neck was off of it. The parts were all inside the body. It had been wet. It had an animal living in it. It was gross. It had been taped together with packing tape at one point in time. He wanted $75 for it. I gave him 50.
Oh my gosh. And you nursed it back to health.
I resurrected the darn thing. Yes.
Oh my God.
But it sat in my garage for about 5 years. I just drove a screw through the neck to connect it all back together again. It was just an ornament. And I just went and looked at it one day. I was like, I wonder if I can get a good neck for it. So I went on eBay and just on a whim punched in Gretsch guitar neck, and lo and behold, there was one there. I bought that neck, paid $120 for it, put the guitar back together, put about 6 coats of satin lacquer on it, bought a TV Jones pickup, a volume knob. I had the bridge and the tailpiece laying around. Boom. Rat Gretsch 1 was born.
Oh my gosh, that is an amazing story. I
Thank
mean,
you.
there's so many instruments like that that are just like sitting there not being utilized. And you brought it back to life. Congratulations on that one.
Well, thanks. I appreciate that. And it hit me that, well, it didn't hit me then, but it just a continual process of with instruments. They're not just pieces of wood and metal. They're conduits of emotion and experience. So I think about a guitar that was built before I was even born, way before I was even born. All the stories it could tell, and all the sights and sounds that it experienced. And I just thought it's really cool to be able to make new music with that old instrument. So that's part of what's kept me playing it. It's not easy to play. I've got to fight feedback all the time. I can't get up real high on the dusty end very easily, so I got to come up with ways to play up there. But it's so satisfying when I get out of it what I do. And with that, I've had to get backups just in case I break a string or something else happens. So I've got 268 Gretsch models the same way.
Wow.
In fact, hang on just a quick second here.
Okay.
Here's the one of the backups. This is a 68.
Nice.
And it's set up the exact same way.
Awesome. That's beautiful.
A little bit out of tune, but it's there.
That's great. I mean, that's just that guitar style is so amazing. It's like it's standed the test of time, really.
Yeah, I love them. I used to be a solid Gibson player. I've got a Les Paul. I got a 95 Les Paul that I will never get rid of. I love that guitar. In fact, all of our first album, Do You Remember Rock and Roll, was recorded on that Les Paul. And I've always been a Gretsch fan because of just the vibe they have, the tone and the vibe that a Gretsch guitar has.
Right.
But since I put Rat Gretsch 1 together, that has been my guitar of choice. I have become one with that guitar. And these backups are just very close seconds.
Right. I mean, you have so much love in that guitar. Why wouldn't you want to play it, you know?
Exactly.
I mean, that's crazy.
Yeah, so yeah, that's my sound. It's, I guess if you want to consider that's my look for whatever that's worth, but it's more about the sound and the vibe that it gives me than anything else.
Right. And that's great. So before we end, I just want to say thank you so much for coming on. I want to say a special thank you to Dave Tedder, who's
Yes.
a friend of mine who set this up. And I'd be more than happy to sit with your vocalist because that would be amazing if we could set that up as well.
We definitely could.
Yeah, let's tell the viewers where they can find all your Rat Rod information.
Sure. It all pretty well starts at our website, which is ratrodrocks.com. From there, you can get all of our show dates. You can get links to all of our other socials. You get links to all of our streaming. If you want to go direct, then you could just go to Facebook, Rat Rod Rocks. You could go to Instagram, Rat Rod Rocks. We try to make this as simple as possible.
Right.
Spotify is Rat Rod. On Spotify and on those streaming sites, it's one word. So that might help a little bit.
Right.
But otherwise, it's pretty much from our webpage.
Well, that's great. I can't wait to see you on the road. I hope that your travels at some point get to Vegas.
I think with the amount of people we know in Vegas, the amount of connections we have out there, I think it's inevitable.
Right.
Because obviously Dave's out there.
Yeah.
Our other friend, Dave Dillman, is out there. We've got some band friends that are out there. I mean, I think it's just a matter of time. Yeah.
I mean, Vegas is such a hot market for rock bands right now. I mean, 23 has really exploded on that category. So it's great that you guys are keeping rock alive. And believe me, that is the whole game right there.
Yep. For the love of rock and roll.
Exactly. And who knows, I might make it to the East Coast at some point. I don't know this year if I'm going to get out there, but I know Boston is on my bucket list. Dan Parcells wants me to come to Philly. So
well, we do too. You got two band reasons to come to Philly. Monte Carlo and Rat Rod.
I've never been to Philadelphia, so that's definitely going to be on my bucket list.
Well, when you do,
show.
you'll have to get out to check us out.
Yeah, for sure. Thank you so much. It was great meeting you. I
And
look
you as
forward
well.
to talking to your vocalist, and I mean, we'll keep in touch. And your new album is out.
Hmm.
I cannot wait to see your band live again on the road. TikTok is going to be great for you guys once you get that going. Trust me.
We'll definitely get on that.
And talk to you later, okay? And keep
All right.
rocking, my friend.
You too. Thank you.
Thank you.
Right.
Wow, the guitarist for Rat Rod, Mike, he is amazing. Those guitars that he has, unbelievable. Give that band a great sound. So look forward to things in the future with him. I'm going to try to set up an interview with that lead vocalist. This guy is amazing. So look forward to speaking to him soon. This is the Vegas Rock Goddess, Carol Nevin. Thank you for watching. Always like and subscribe to On the Rocks Total Entertainment YouTube. And I will see you next time.